What's up guys, the German here again and welcome back to Fulham FC, where we are trying to reach that Hall of Fame #1 place, currently holding Sir Alex Ferguson, but Carlo Ancelotti is reaching out him. He's only 500 points behind. We are at the 5th position, roughly around 120 points behind Jose Mourinho in 4th place, Pep Guardiola 3rd. So we have some work to do, and like you did remember in the last episode, we didn't win the Champions League final. Yet again we managed to crumble, if you could say. We did lose in final by penalties against Manchester City. But here you can see our season review. We lost the Champions League final, we managed to retain the Premier League title, won the FA Cup, also did win the Community Shield. EFL Cup, yet again we lost in that in 3rd round against Man United. The best game was against Manchester City in League, 5-1 win, and the worst game 0-0 draw against Watford. And like you remember, we did lose against Man City in penalties, so that's why it's so frustrating when you lose a game that you should win. Average attendance 30,000, so it's basically our stadium is full in every time, but we cannot build a new stadium or extend our current one, so it's a bummer. But actually we could ask that if facilities, no, stadium, build a new stadium. Without a rather sizable increase our fan base, moving a new stadium could bring about more problem than benefit. They don't want to extend the stadium or build a new one because our fan base is a small one. I don't underline that because our stadium have been full in every Premier League game in past 3 years, past 3 seasons. In all games our stadium is full. I don't understand why they don't build a new one. But not doing that. Let's go here. Fulham end of season awards. The fans player of the season was Ryan Sessegnon, whopping 77% of the vote. Wesley Herd and Ezekiel Erro behind him. Goal of the season was Alexander Isak's goal against Man United. Signing of the season, Kim Bin-min from Monaco, 44 million, could rise heavily. And young player of the season, of course, Ryan Sessegnon. The lineup is there. Is there any notable players? I don't know. Not exactly. It's like it should be, in my opinion. Is there any other news here? No. Season confidence review. They felt a criticism for the fans regarding Sega's stepper to the understandable. It was a topsy-turvy decision to let Sega go to Tottenham. Any other news? No. But let's go to the competition stuff in the Premier League, and like you are seeing, we managed to play undefeated season yet again. I don't know how we did it, because at the late stage of the year we have a lot of games that we were unable to score any goals, but our defense hold its position and we didn't concede either, so that's why the 5 draws there. And also what was I'm saying? Yeah, in the late stage and the later stage of the year, when the Premier League title was secured, I rest some players and play some youth players. So Even then we didn't lose, which is a really good achievement. Manchester City were second, so it was no surprise that they were also in the Champions League final. Chelsea in third position, Arsenal fourth, Man United fifth, Liverpool sixth, Leicester in seventh position. Tottenham had a bad season. Also, Stoke managed to get relegated. Brentford and West Brom the others. Southampton in 16th position also. Relatively bad season for them. Paulo Dybala was the best goal scorer, 32 goals. Our player is nowhere to see. David Short, Arsenal striker in second place. Zé Gomez from Man United in third. Best average rated player, second season in a row, Ryan Sessegnon. He has been phenomenal left back for us. 797 average rating in I don't know how many games he even played in league, but it's phenomenal. Paulo Dybala second and Djibril Sidibe third position. Thomas Lemar got most assists, 18. Sessegnon and Marcus Rashford second and third on that chart. David Short most player of the match is Zé Gomez, and James Wilson, surprisingly Crystal Palace player, in third position. And most clean sheets, Jordan Pickford got 20 and David De Gea 1 in front of him, 21 clean sheets. Geronimo Rulli third place there. Ben Pearson, Karaka and James McCarthy most yellow cards. And like you are seeing, we have won consecutive 5 consecutive Premier League titles, so that is in our back pocket, if you could say. But the other competitions, and I'm still gutted that we didn't win the Champions League, because now yet again we don't have that UEFA Super Cup or the Club World Championship, so we cannot get those points up in a hurry. So it is a bit tricky one. But if we look the competitions, there is nothing to go for. Like you are seeing, the draws against Watford 0-0, against Newcastle 0-0, against West Ham goalless draw, also against Man United in the Champions League semi-finals, and at the later stage against Liverpool in League One, all like the game against Man City at the January period of time. And you can see here we have 30,000 attendance in every single game that we have played. Notable games, if we look here, 5-0 against Brentford, others, Bournemouth 4-0, good game, 2-0 game against Tottenham. We managed to beat Chelsea in a away game 2-0, 2 goals by Griezmann there, and managed to go through to the Champions League final via a good away game against Man United. 3-1 win in away Old Trafford is a really good achievement. In hindsight, we had a really good season, and a lot of clean sheets. 20 in 38 is I don't know how the hell David De Gea managed to keep 21 clean sheets, and Man United are in 5th position. If we go to the stages, you can see here we scored 89 goals. Second on that, Manchester City scored 92, but they conceded 36 and we conceded only 12 goals. Last year we had concede 18, so a better goal difference on that, and 104 points. That must be a new record in Premier League. Let's go to see records here. Most points in the season, 104. It's ours. Most wins, 33. It's ours also. Highest attendance 90,000 people, Tottenham versus Arsenal. Now that Tottenham have played on Wembley their games, or is it the Olympic Stadium? I don't know. Highest average attendance, Man United got that 75,000. We could have also that kind of attendance, I think. Biggest win 10-0 Manchester United versus Bournemouth in 2020. This is, I don't know why there is not that star, because it's on this save, I think, or is it some of our other saves? I don't know. Games one row, we had that 22 most games lost in row. Crystal Palace. This no, it was December 2017 to 28th of April 2018. They had 16 games lost in a row. And most games without losing. We have 89 games without losing. 25th of January 2020 to 16th of April 2022. So that is, wow. I don't even know how do we could win that many games, or go without losing that many games. Most team goals, 128, still Aston Villa's record in 30s, and that is something I would like to next year to go and break. Is there anything else? Most assists 19, Roberto Firmino's record. How many do we have? 18. Lemar was so close on that. Where we were here. Most player of the match is 12. That is Dybala's record. Most clean sheets 25 in 1920 season. David De Gea got 25 clean sheets on 38 games. That is phenomenal. Highest average rating 8.02 in 38 appearances. Mesut Özil got that in the first season. And yeah, youngest goal scorer James Vaughan, Everton player. And fastest goal 10 seconds, Ledley King, Tottenham versus Bradford City, 9th of December 2000. And Dennis Edingham is still the oldest goal scorers. But if we go to our squad, we don't need to concentrate on our games because there was no losses and not that many tight games. But if we look, come on, if we sort by position, I did take the Zenyon off, yeah. If we sort by position, Jordan Pickford, Brian Graham are goaltender, goalkeeper pairing for the next year also. Graham had 10 games this year. He played really good and his attributes are rising up. 2 apps at Scotland national team also underlines that he had that potential to be a Premier League goalkeeper if he's not already. Aydemir may be coming back after that loan spell, but I'm keen to let him actually go. He is really good wing back. He's at Bordeaux. How much we did spend on him? 6.75 million. We gained 1 million via that loan spell. He's valued at 8 million and he don't have that potential left there. So I'm keen to let him go because Juan Carlos Salazar is much better player. His technicals aren't the best one. His crossing and dribbling is not that good, but his physicals are so much better than any other player in our squad at the moment. So that's why he's that much better, and he's only 22 years old. Trent Alexander-Arnold currently our captain. I'm keen to keep him. His contract is ending at the next year, and he's English, so I don't see any point selling him, because if you look, he's so versatile. He can play in any position on that back line, in midfield, even in an attacking midfield on that right hand side. So he's very versatile, so we can use him a lot. John Stones, Wesley Hurt, Gennady Mihailova, Banat Kiotis, Babazanis. There are our 4 central defender this year, and they will be on next year. I'm not gonna change. If somebody's leaving, it's probably John Stones. He have only 1 year left on his contract. He's not that highly. His potential is not that high, or ability also. So if somebody's leaving, it's probably John Stones. But I'm not looking any center backs, or probably gonna sell anybody. Frank Casey is going to be one of our central midfielders. He had an injury this year, that's why only 23 games. So, but good stats on that. His wage is a bit high, but his valuation is phenomenal, 46.5 million, and what we spent 18 million on him, 20 actually. So he's worth double on that. Camilo Kokuzi, he will be rotating on that left wing back position with Ryan Sessegnon. Lorenzo Dickman is one of our wing backs that probably gonna sell. He didn't feature, only 23 games this year, but he played really well. So I don't know if we have. Do we have actually? No, actually we don't have any at least decent right back. Penge was a decent one, but his potential is dropping, so I don't know. Dieter Aldenbach is one of our better players on those which I have bought in recent years. But we don't have any right back. I probably need to look out somebody, or then I'm keeping Aydemir and gonna sell Dickman. Maybe that way around, because Dickman's valuation is that much higher than Aydemir, so I don't see point of selling him and keeping Dickman. Ljubanovic is good rotation player on that defensive mid position. Also Kante, Dahoud. Leroy is it's a tricky one, because he is our best player at the moment on that defensive mid position, but this, I don't know, this piece of shit have missed training in several occasions. Can we see it here? Achievement. Is it an achievement that he is missing on training? I don't know. Are you seeing it here somewhere? I don't know. But he had been missing on those training sessions, so I don't know. Maybe it would be a wise decision to keep him. But I don't know. I'm not liking that guy that much. That if player doesn't want to be here, doesn't want to join in training, so why would I keep him? We have Ljubanovic, we have Kessi, we have Kante, Dahoud. We have players that can play on that position. So if he's not wanting to stay, wanting to show up on training, I'm gonna cash him out. His valuation is 48 million, so I don't know. But he's world class. World class central midfielder. So I don't know. I probably should give him another chance. Patrick Roberts, his attributes are declining. He's have played only 10 games, but scored 4 goals. 16 million valuation. If somebody is willingly to pay that 16 million for him, I'm keen to let him go and play somewhere else. He's 26 years old, so he has some years left on his careers, but he's our own youth prodigy, so that is a tricky one also. I would like to keep him, but yeah, but he is not moaning about lack of first team football, so therefore he could be a good backup option. Antoine Griezmann had a solid season, 47 games, 19 goals, 14 assists, so keen to keep him, and his contract is expiring at the end of the next year. So do we have actually on contract extension? No, we don't have that clause. I usually have, but he's that's much bigger player, so he don't want that clause on his contract. Anderson currently had that 4-star potential, 3-star current ability. He's growing on those attributes nicely. One of our youth prodigies. Keen to give him more games in next year. Had 9 starts and 12 from bench, 5 goals, 4 assists. Really decent season, and his wage is ridiculously low. He's on 60 grand a week per month. No, per annum. 60,000 per annum. So his wage is so much smaller than in any other player in our first team. Dennis Adeniran, tricky one. He has that 3-star potential and current ability. He's growing on attributes. 24 years old, our own youth prodigy. Also, I'm keen to keep him. If somebody on that midfield places is going to leave, it's probably Mahmoud Dahoud. He had a lot of games, a lot of good games, and but his valuation is so high, so I'm probably keen to let him. He's 27 years old. Also, Kante is the older players, but he's good on tutoring those youngsters. Therefore, I would like to keep him. Bruno Fernandes is also one of those players to exit our team at the summer. Had a relatively good season this year. Played 28 games, 6 goals, 3 assists. But if you compare him to Ezekiel Ero, who had 20 goals and 6 assists, there is a difference. But there is also twice as much games. Ero had twice as much game that Bruno had. So it's a tricky one. He's 41 million valued player, so roughly around that I would sell him. Arbulus potential have dropped quite quite a lot. His potential is have dropped quite a lot, but he is still decent player, and keen to keep him around with Ero also, who is the best player of the team, no doubt about it. Isaac and Min also staying, and of course we have Nathan Hudson, who is our own youth player. Had 15 goals this year, as many as Kim had also. Our goal tally divided nicely. 19 with Griezmann, 15 with Hudson, 20 with Ero. Isaac got 18 and Kim got 15. So all our strikers had a really good season. So therefore, it's a nice thing to have so many quality strikers in our team, so we can rotate those players. But yeah, that was the recap for this year. Let's come back when it's time to kick back the next year with some games. I probably play around November or yet again, and we come back then to recap the first third of the year. And yeah, thank you for watching. Go check it out Mick Mush channel. Go tweet him out with football related discussions. He's active on Twitter. His Twitter account is on below that description area. Also his channel link is there. And yeah, we are seeing you at the next episode. Bye bye.